Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla, and in today's video I want to do a mini story time because I've been seeing a lot of people talking about their roommates from hell or like their roommate horror stories, and I forgot I've had a terrible horror story experience with a roommate back in college, and I was like, why don't I share that experience? I'm looking like this right now, no makeup on. I have a scarf on my head because it is currently like 11 p.m. at night, but I was thinking about it tonight and I'm like, let me just grab a camera and record because I want to tell this story because it was on my mind heavy. Like, you know when things come on your mind and you just get mad all over again? I just became mad all over again. And I'm like, you know what, let me tell the story because I cannot. This story pisses me off, and you might not think it's a big deal, but to me it is. So let's jump right into this story. So we're gonna go all the way back to 2020, August 2020, like right when COVID was at its peak. That's when I was going into college. I was like 17 years old, but I was turning 18 in like a few weeks because, you know, I had like a late birthday, whatever. So I had graduated high school and everything else, going into college. I'm not gonna say the college I was going into because I don't even want to get too deep into that to where this girl starts to say, oh, you're talking about me, because I don't want to have to, you know. But yeah, so anyways, I remember the college I was going into had like this Instagram page, and you send a picture of yourself to this Instagram page so they could post it, and you could tell them about yourself, and they'll just post it so you can get to know people, and so people could DM you if you don't have a roommate. And I was like, okay, I don't have a roommate, so I might as well post myself. And mind you, I'm a very introverted person, so keep that in mind throughout this thing. I'm very introverted and I'm very non-confrontational, and I don't get mad easily. Keep that in mind. So I posted it, and a girl had DM'd me, and we're gonna call this girl Ashley for the sake of this story time. So Ashley DM'd me and was like, hey girl, like I saw you don't have a roommate, I'm looking for a roommate too. And she seemed really, really sweet. Keep in mind, she's one of those people who when you first meet her, she seems so sweet, but when you get to know her, she's like a brat and a mean girl, like a mean brat, pretty much. Like selfish, mean, brat. Those are the three things that come to my mind whenever I think about this girl. So anyways, she DM'd me asking to be roommates, and I was like, yeah, of course, like that'd be so cool. So we're about to be roommates. Mind you, we're about to be freshmen in college, so it didn't take that much for me to say yeah, because I'm 17. It's like, you just need a roommate for the dorms. We're not gonna be living together. It's like a dorm room, like a small dorm room, you know. But we started texting because I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna be going to college with this girl, we might as well become cool. So we started texting. College started in about like 2 weeks after that, so we were texting for like 2 weeks. Then moving day came, and during moving day I felt a little bit off because I'm big on energy, and then my mom and my dad were with me, and her parents were with her, and her dad is like a preacher type of dude, and mind you, she is lesbian. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but she is a lesbian. She likes girls, and her dad is like a pastor, so she was always struggling with that with her dad. Like, she never, I don't know if she told him now, I don't know what she has going on now, but I know that he was one of those strict religious people that probably wouldn't accept her, so that she had to deal with that too. So maybe that's why she acts the way she acts as well. But I remember he said something slick along the lines of, like, when he saw me, he said something, he was like, and he had us all say a prayer actually, and during the prayer, like, he was kind of like, I pray these girls stay safe, and then he was like, you know, no having boys over here, but he kind of looked at me and was kind of like sending energy towards me, and it just kind of like made me feel like, I don't know, he just said some slick stuff to me that made me feel like as if he was judging me when the whole time your daughter's the one doing all that other stuff. But well, we're gonna get into that throughout this video. So we moved in, and the first few days was orientation. Like, we had to go through orientation in different classes, and me and her were like really kind of close. Like, she was a person I would be with a lot, whatever. But I do remember, like, she was very, like, I think she went through some stuff growing up. Like, she was kind of like, something happened to her while she was growing up, so she was always a little bit standoffish, so she was kind of had really bad anxiety. I have anxiety as well, but she had anxiety, so she wouldn't really want to go out with me for real. Like, she wouldn't really want to leave the room, and I was like, okay, whatever. So I ended up finding some other female friends on campus after a while. Well, actually, throwback, the first day I remember I cried. The first day of college, I cried, and I called my mom, and I was like, I just miss you so much. And I'm a very intuitive person. My energy never lies to me, and now looking back on it, I was too young to understand. But the reason I cried is because I knew her energy did not mesh well with me. The first night, I went with her and her sister that lived in town, her older sister, and her older sister's girlfriend, because they all are lesbian, they all have girlfriends. But I went with her older sister to go out to eat, and I just felt so off. I don't know, I felt so lonely. A feeling of loneliness came over me, and I don't know, something about her energy just threw me off, and I didn't realize that's what it was. But I called my mom, I was crying, like, I miss you so much. Oh, I'm about to cry thinking about it. I was in such a miserable state. Like, that was just the worst. I hated it. But anyways, I met some friends on campus though, and we ended up being really close. Those are the people I ended up hanging out with. So I found my little crew, and then Ashley found her little crew, but Ashley's crew was her girlfriend. She ended up getting a girlfriend on campus. And I remember, like it was nothing, I remember I was out with my friends, and she had texted me. Ashley had texted me, and she was like, hey girl, do you mind if my girlfriend spends the night over here for the night, or I think she said for the weekend. And I remember my mom was like, don't let her start doing that, because she's gonna keep doing that. That girl's gonna end up living there with y'all basically. And I remember I was nice, so I was just like, oh, it's okay, I don't mind, it's whatever. Being like super nice, and anyone would have said yeah, because it's like, we're in college, I get you, like I was over trying to be with the boys too, like I understand, like do you. So she stayed for the weekend, but I remember it was a point where she wouldn't really leave. Her girlfriend was always there. I remember I would come to the dorm from class, and her girlfriend would just be laying up there on the bed, and I would be kind of like started like, okay. And I remember, right, I had to change. I was like, oh, I just got out of the shower, I need to put my clothes on. And Ashley was like, because Ashley was with her girlfriend in the bed, Ashley was like, oh, it's okay, she'll turn around. That made me so uncomfortable. Mind you guys, I'm nothing like how I am now. Like, the me now would have been like, nah, she gotta go, sis gotta leave. But back then, I was very, very, very nice. I was a pushover, pretty much. So I was just like, okay. I would get undressed, I would have to get dressed there. The girlfriend wouldn't leave, so pretty much the girlfriend was living there with us from jump. That was red flag number one. I was like, okay, she's an overstepper. She's a habitual overstepper. Those type of people where it's like, if you give them an inch, they will take a mile, and they do not respect boundaries. So that was already like, okay. And I also noticed, right, I wasn't getting any sleep. And I was like, why am I not getting sleep? And I realized I would always jump up and wake up in the middle of the night. And I was trying to figure out why. And I didn't realize the reason why is because she slept with the TV on 100. I kid you not. The TV was all the way on 100. 100. As high as it can go. That's what the TV was on. Not a little bit on. It was all the way up. Where anybody would wake up during it. I'm telling you, this girl, like, she had some issues growing up. So she had a lot of stuff. Like, it's, I don't know. That's how loud the TV was. It's not something where it was like a petty complaint. No, the TV was really loud. So I remember, like, one time I was like, hey girl, like, do you mind? Like, the TV is just always really loud. I think she said something along the lines of like, oh, you know, like, it's hard for me to go to sleep without noise. Basically saying like, girl, you're gonna have to suck it up. It is what it is. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's pretty much what she was saying. And I remember, like, I told my mom, like, Mom, like, am I tripping? This TV's loud. I told my mom, was like, no, that TV is mad loud. Like, even my friend was like, that TV is loud. Like, she needs to turn that down. Like, I remember one time I was on the phone with my friend. My friend was like, what's that in the background? Why is it so loud? I can hear it through here. I'm like, she sleeps with the TV loud. I had to get sound blockers. And I remember I brought up, I was like, my mom was like, tell her to get those headphones. She could sleep with headphones and to listen to the TV. Because I could hear it through my sound blockers. It wasn't working. And I told her, I'm like, oh, you know, they have headphones you could use because I know you need to hear your TV and stuff like that. And she was like, oh, you know, you can get them for yourself. She would try to talk so smart to me in front of her girlfriend, because mind you, your girlfriend is always there too. So it's like, one, I have no privacy. I can't even get undressed in my own room. Mind you, the dorm, think about a college freshman dorm, y'all. Not like a apartment where it's like you can close the door. No, it's like this. The beds are like this and this, no doors, no none of that. We're freshmen, they give us whatever. So when I get undressed, the girlfriend can see me. All she has to do is turn around. But that was already kind of like annoying. And I'm like, okay, the TV is mad loud. Like, that was already two things that irritated me. So I'm like, whatever. One time she asked me, she was like, me and my girlfriend kind of want to, like, you know, do stuff, and I don't want to disrespect you. So I was like, you know what, I'm already going to be going out with my friends. I'll just sleep in my friend's room anyways, because I had two female friends there, and I already told them, like, this girl, her girlfriend's always there, and she sleeps with the TV mad loud. I cannot sleep. So I was already gonna be sleeping in there anyways. So I went over there to sleep at my friend's house, and we was gonna go out that next day. So I slept over. Mind you, I'm not in this room. I wasn't there that whole day. And when I left, I made sure I cleaned up my side and my area, because I'm like, okay, other people, she's gonna be in here. I don't know if she wants to have her other friends over too, because no, she said she's gonna have friends over as well, that her and her friends gonna be drinking and stuff like that, and her girlfriend's gonna stay the night as usual. So I'm like, whatever, you can do stuff with your girlfriend, I'm going anyways. Fast forward, I'm at the two friends I have, I'm at their dorm. I slept over. The day after we went out, I get a text from Ashley, the roommate. I get a text from Ashley saying, nothing like, hey girl, none of that. It was like, it's a mess in here, we need to clean up. Basically telling me, you need to come here and hurry up and clean. In my head, I'm like, I'm going to really hurt this girl. Mind you, this girl is like much smaller than me, and I'm naturally already kind of strong. I'm like, girl, like I really be boxing for real. Like, please stop. I'm really nice, but you really like, girl, what? So anyways, she was like, it's a mess. You need to come clean. Come help me clean. I'm like, in my head, I remember I told my friends, I'm like, I could have sworn, didn't I clean before I left? Because my friends that I went out with, they came with me to the dorm when, like, before we left, because I had to grab some clothes because I was sleeping at their room. They were like, it was mad clean when you was there. Like, your side was clean. I remember you saying you're gonna make sure you clean. And I never forget about stuff like that because I always make sure my stuff is clean all the time. So I'm like, that's weird. But anyways, I'm like, whatever, because I don't want to have a reputation of being a dirty person. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I drank, maybe, or maybe it was still dirty for me. I don't know. So I'm like, let me just go see what she's talking about, because I don't want to have like no bad reputation. So we were just eating out anyway, so I'm like, whatever, I'll just go to my room and we can go back out later. Went to the room. I walk in, it is a mess. And mind you, it's nothing that I left. It's cups, bottles, all of that. And I remember I saw in her story she had a party, like a little get together with her friends at the dorm. So I'm like, girl, like, this is from you and your friends and your girlfriend. Why am I here cleaning this up? Like, I said it to her. Her girlfriend was in the room as well. I was like, this is not for me. I was like, you had a party or something? She was like, yeah, I had a couple of friends over, but it's a mess, and you know, like, this is our room. We share a room together. We have to make sure this is clean. I'm like, yeah, we need to make sure it's clean, but you was having a party here with your friends. Like, what? This had nothing to do with me. Like, what are you talking about? She was like, yeah, but you know, I was just texting you to let you know that it's a mess in here. You didn't even have to come. I was just letting you know that we need to clean up. First of all, I'm thinking about like, this girl is talking to me crazy right now, and she would talk crazy every time she was around her girlfriend. And mind you, her girlfriend was always around, so it would always be when she's around her girlfriend. So at this point, I'm emotional wreck. So I was like, I need to walk away, because mind you, this is school, this is college. I'm new to college. I don't want to get kicked out. So I go and I'm like calling my mom, crying. I'm like, Mom, like, she just keeps testing me, like she keeps bothering me, like she won't stop, and like she's playing with me now. Like, it's kind of like, I just felt like she was playing with me, and she was taking my kindness for my weakness. I felt like she thought because I was so nice and I was letting her do whatever, that I would just clean up the mess and not question whose mess it was. She thought that I would just come help clean. I'm like, no, like, what? So I call my mom, like, I cannot do this. Like, this is just not gonna work. Like, it's just a lot. So my mom was like, just relax. You're coming home this weekend anyways. Just come home this weekend. You'll be fine. Like, I'll see you soon. It's okay. Just like ignore it. Try to ignore it for a minute. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I came back. And then when I came back to the room, her girlfriend was gone. And that's when she wants to be all buddy and nice, and was like, hey, like, I just wanted to let you know, like, I'm sorry, like, I was just drunk the night before and it was messy, and me and my girlfriend had gotten in an argument, and I was just already irritated. And I was just like, yeah, it's okay, like, whatever. Because mind you, I have to be in this room with this girl in this college, and I'm just like, you know what, I don't want beef, it is what it is. I was nice back then, because for me now, girl, who are you talking to? But yeah, so we ended up squashing that a little bit. And then the same night, I just remember this TV was so loud. And I remember I got irritated, and I went down, I like, because it's like a steps, like it's like a bunk bed pretty much, but not, it's no bed underneath it. But it's two separate bunk beds pretty much. So I remember I walked down and I turned the TV down or off. I was just irritated. I'm like, yo, this is mad loud. I turned it down, went back up, went back like in the bed. Not even 3 minutes later, her girlfriend comes down, turns the TV back up. And I'm like, so I get up and I say something like, hey, like, I can't sleep with the TV really loud. At this point, I'm mad. I'm like, the TV is on 100. Nobody can sleep through that. It's really loud. And it's like loud. And I think they were just like, no, that's when Ashley was like, just cut it off. You can just cut it off. And I'm like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I'm already over this. Like, I cannot do it. So I'm like, all right, Cool. I went down, I turned it off. I'm like, whatever. I ended up going to sleep. I think I was texting my mom and my friends. I was like, yo, I cannot do this anymore. Like, this girl keeps playing with me. It's like her girlfriend always there. Like, mind you, her girlfriend is still basically living in our room. I still have no privacy. Like, and you know what else made me uncomfortable? The few days after that situation, this is when I'm like, you know what, I can't do this. A few days after that situation, her girlfriend ends up liking my stories, because this is right when story liking had first came about. I think either that or she was swiping up, one of the two. And I'm like, you know what, no, I'm not doing that. And then another thing too, I noticed that I was like, it was a dude that I was messing with the first day of college, or the first week of college, that Ashley, my roommate Ashley, knew about, because me and her, we were close around that time. We knew each other, whatever. She helped me get an Uber to his house. It was so ghetto. Mind you, I'm 17, I don't have a car on campus, whatever. She helped me get an Uber to his house, everything. So she knew about this dude, whatever. And she knew that like me and him were like, you know, messing with each other, and she knew what he did. So I noticed, I'm like, well, let me push this down, this is ghetto. So I noticed, I'm like, why? I'm like, oh, you follow each other? Like, that's kind of weird. Because back then, to me, I'm looking at it like, why are you following him? Like, I don't know, y'all don't know each other at all. Like, why are you following him? Like, then I see she is in every one of his likes. Meaning she had to have followed him and liked every single one of his pictures. His latest picture was from a month prior to the day of. So she didn't like his pictures like that he just posted. She liked all his pictures that were just up on his page. So I'm like, alright, you liking his pictures too. Like, what's going on? And then I also realized her girlfriend's in my DMs, like, and then I'm already uncomfortable because your girlfriend's in my DMs, and I also have to kind of get undressed in front of her because she's always in the room. So this is not, I'm uncomfortable, and this is not going to work out. And I was a pushover back then, so honestly, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go back home for a little. I ended up going back home, and I never came back. Like, but I got my business together. I started my fitness business, and I haven't looked back since then. I went to school to become a personal trainer. Didn't really need school regardless, but yeah, she was just a messy person, and I don't know what it was, y'all. I don't know if that was just jealousy, but I think I realized that when people are miserable and then they see that you have a sweet spirit, they want to suck that and use it. Like, that's really what I feel like she wanted to do. And I had to look at it like, you know what, she was just going through a lot. Like, she went through a lot when she was growing up. Her dad, her parents did not accept who she was, and she was going through like an identity crisis because she couldn't really be her true self in front of them. And I genuinely feel like she was taking that out on me. And I just feel like my last strike was when she was like liking his stuff, because it just, a sense of betrayal kind of hit me, because I'm like, at the end of the day, we don't, yeah, like we bump heads, but we were still like roommates, and we still came in together pretty much. And I think that's what hurt me the most. I'm like, wow, we came into college together just for you to kind of like be rude to me throughout it, kind of like turn your back on me in a way. I don't know, I just felt like, you know what, I don't like this girl, and I just don't. And then now she be trying to like hit me up, liking my stories, be trying to like text me and stuff like that. Now she see I'm doing good for myself, and I'm just like, bye. I'm sorry, I'm just that type of person. Like, we would never be cool again. I would never like you in my life. Sucks to be you. I don't hope you the best, wish you the best. Not really, I really don't care. I just would never get over how someone makes me feel, and I feel like she made me feel the worst during a time that I was already stressed out. Like, we're freshmen in college, you're just now getting into school, and you really kind of treat me like trash. You kind of make my experience trash. So for that, I will never forgive her. I wish her the best, but I don't know, you guys let me know down in the description if I'm tripping or anything. I just feel like what she did was really messed up and kind of rude, and I feel like I handled the situation with class, because I know a lot of people that would probably end up fighting, but I was like, you know what, not gonna do it. I'm just gonna walk away with class. And yeah, to this day, her girlfriend still tries to hit me up. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Sucks to suck. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that mini story time. If you guys want more story times from me, let me know, because I have a bunch of other story times more crazy than this one. This was just like a simple, like mini, like petty argument type of story time. I have a lot more funnier, worse, more deep story times. If you guys want to hear that, comment down below what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.